Hello. I finally got my summer linens, but stuff keeps happening. So what's up? I am very excited to talk to you about Octopus Dreams, but I have to cover some other stuff first. Reddit truly doesn't care about blind people. I said this before, and now it's very real. After making a bunch of unwanted changes to their API, Reddit has essentially killed third-party apps, and the main Reddit app is terrible for accessibility. Blind users of apps use things like screen readers and other assistive technologies to interact with the UI. Reddit's main app is really bad with that, like unusably bad. When Reddit announced the API changes they were gonna make, people were like, hey, this is gonna kill third-party apps, which is what blind people rely on to use your service. And Reddit was like, oh, okay, we'll fix it, it's fine. They didn't fix it. And so now a post from the moderators of the blind subreddit said, hey, we, the blind moderators, can no longer moderate the blind subreddit. Very cool and totally necessary. This change was explicitly made so that they could collect more user data and sell more ads. Fuck them, blind people. As somebody who spent my entire career up until now working on consumer technology apps, you should have decent accessibility. It is table stakes. It is not an afterthought. The only reason that they don't do it is because it doesn't affect most people, and so you probably never even heard of it. And that's not your fault. It's just that they don't need to make a change if enough people aren't complaining. Speaking of super user hostile decisions, YouTube and podcast exclusive segment alert. I already talked about this on TikTok, so I'm not gonna rehash this on the TikTok version, but YouTube and podcast exclusive content, bonus content. Thank you for being here. Hit subscribe, like, yep, okay. So Twitter's like imploding on itself right now because Elon Musk was like, hey, we're seeing a huge increase in traffic, like scraping data from Twitter. So from now on, you need to have an account to view anything on Twitter. You need to be logged into your account. Oh, and also on top of that, when you are logged in, if you're a not paying user, you can read at most 600 tweets a day. And for paid users, that number is 6,000. To be clear, read means a tweet was loaded, including your own tweets and including ads. This new policy literally kicks you out of Twitter for using Twitter if you have an account in the first place. There's also theories that the increased traffic was due to a bug that Twitter had that was causing itself to make a bunch of requests to its own server and crashing its own servers. So like, it's just a shitstorm. It's just all of it's bad. But let's just revel in this for a moment because, okay, let's think about this. The logical conclusion, right? Elon Musk makes it so that the only people who are on Twitter are people who are logged in with an account on Twitter. And the only people who can even read tweets are people who are paying for their account to get the higher limit of tweets they can read. And so the only people on Twitter are people who are willing to pay Elon Musk to be on Twitter. And so they're not going to be able to have anybody else see what they're saying. And so it's just going to be an Elon fanboy club. It's just his Patreon, essentially. I mean, it's essentially what I'm doing with my Discord, but at scale. And I mean, I think there's one key difference, which is my Discord doesn't host critical alerts for like health and safety. But hey, maybe it should. I can make a profit. All right, are we at Octopus Dreams yet? Nope. Oh God. If you live in Florida, you've got 200 new laws to deal with. The ultra-right-wing legislature and governor of Florida have been very busy mandating how you can live your life. Among the myriad bills that went into effect this past weekend is HB 1069. Nice. Except it's not actually nice. It's gotten the nickname the Don't Say Period bill because it prevents girls from talking about their periods in school before grade 6. The bill does not explicitly have that text, but the author of the bill has confirmed that to be the case. Congratulations, young girls. The state has deemed you legally icky. But that's not all. The bill also explicitly limits the pronouns that you're allowed to use for people. Teachers may not ask students for their preferred pronouns, and teachers may not provide their preferred pronouns to students. The state says that your pronouns are assigned at birth and are immutable, because the state has chosen that how you represent yourself and how you refer to yourself are the state's decision, not yours. The bill also states that schools are to teach the benefits of long-term monogamous relationships, because also apparently love is a thing that the state defines now. Ron DeSantis wants to do everything in his power to define how you can live your life by law. He is an authoritarian madman with the full-throated support of right-wing extremist groups. He even recently released an ad that appeals directly to the like 15 to 25-year-old terminally online white boy incel conglomerate. Very healthy. That whole thing about how, like, DeSantis is scary because he's like Trump, but can do things. It's not a joke. He's just literally doing that already. He's showing us who he is. This bill essentially bans trans people from being able to teach in schools. They're coming for you next. Octopus dreams. Nope. Damn it. The United States Supreme Court is dumb. Damn, fighting words. Y'all see today's stuff keeps happening? Damn, he really went off the rail. I'm going to level with you. I don't want to do this segment because it's just shitty and this is already a bummer of an episode, but I need to talk about this. The Supreme Court made several decisions that just fucking suck. They killed student loan relief. Period. But they also ruled that you can discriminate against gays as a business because it's 2023, which means everything regresses now. Also, the basis of the ruling is bullshit. Like the woman who brought the case to the court saying that she didn't want to make a website for gay people. It turns out that she was never actually being asked to make a website for gay people. She just didn't like the idea. And she also had a group that was helping her throughout all of this, whose stated mission is to roll back the rights of gay people and get Christianity into schools and government. Cool. Really great. The Supreme Court has also said that they're going to take up a case where they're going to determine if domestic abusers are allowed to have their guns back. They've already stripped women of their bodily autonomy, so why not just give full-throated support towards abusing women? Never fear, though. I have it on good authority that Biden is very disappointed. God, this is a bummer of an episode. I just wanted to talk about octopus dreams. On this day in 1890, Idaho became the 43rd state of the United States. We really fucked up on that one. Lightning round. The game development studio that made the Gollum game has disbanded just because it went that badly. A shooting in Baltimore has left 2 dead and dozens injured, and there is no suspect in custody. National Geographic has laid off its only remaining staff writers. Despite mass service interruptions and major delays and whatnot, the CEO of United flew a private jet because he didn't want to deal with all that. And then he was like, oh, I'm sorry, that was insensitive. Apple is now a $3 trillion company. Thousands of port workers in Canada are on strike after the employer didn't give the union a decent contract. Aspartame, a popular artificial sweetener used in stuff like Diet Coke, has been labeled as a possible carcinogen by the WHO. Australia has announced they're going to start using psychoactive drugs to try to treat depression and PTSD. There's been studies into this, and it's had incredible results. Octopus dreams! We've done research, and we found that octopuses dream, or at least we think they do. We previously saw that their skin changes color while they're sleeping, and then we scanned one of their sleeping brains, and we see that they kind of have REM cycles and whatnot. Octopus dreams! Snooze and little tentacle boys. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Stuff Keeps Happening. Head to stuffkeepshappening.online for sources, bonus content, and octopus dreams. My name is Endeavorance. I'll be back on Wednesday. Take care and be well.